Win, I forgot to give him the gift certificate for the lobster, but when he comes up to the press tower to be interviewed, I'll be sure to give it to him because I'm sure he will enjoy every bite.
There's easier ways to get a lobster dinner. You go right down the USS Chowder Pot. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, T.H.E trying to continue his hot streak for the night. Of course, he was a heat winner a little bit earlier in quite a contest. Looking to do the same here in the feature event. But he's got his hands full with Michael Platt. Ron Fortune in the number 28 coming down the straightaway. And I'll tell you what, these drivers are headed towards the front. They're going to have a three-wide situation there very early in this feature event.
Dick Papakota, very swift in the early going in 5th place. Double barrel battle behind him, consisting of Pinkham in car number 31 and Chuck Rogers in car number 77. Jeff Miller on the attack in car number 54.
Well, Jeff Miller is always on the attack in car number 54. Of course, a premier car builder and driver here for many years at the Waterford Speedbowl as he tries to make his way to the front of the field. Still plenty of racing left. 17 laps to go in our competition.
Right now, T.H.E laminated on the back of the 10 car of Platt Yellow comes out as a car stalled between turns 3 and 4. So we have our first interruption. 3 laps into our mini stock race.
Chris Lee out there between turns 3 and 4 as we go to Gary Danko.
Well, I'm with our second place finisher in our late model division, the driver of car number
Ford pickup truck, beautiful vehicle from Bob Valenti Auto Mall, pulls into the scale area as we are set to go back to the restart line in turn number 4. T.H.E and Michael Platt at the front of the field. Platt with a great restart out there, but T.H.E with a horsepower jetting down the front straightaway. Look in the outside groove. Looks like he's trying to slam the door on Platt. Tried to get in front. It's not happening. Platt, a very fast car. That's the driver out of Deep River, Connecticut, in the number 10.
Like you said, Mark, earlier, maybe we should change Soup's name to Chowder as he has about a Ron Fortune doing a good job on the outside as he is creating havoc against the 37 of Joe Godbout as those cars missile their way into turn number 4.
Well, the delegates from Rhode Island doing very well as Platt goes around trying to save the car. Not going to happen as he collects both Pinkham and T.H.E.
Well, but hitting Pinkham might have saved him a serious problem as he was able to keep that car moving forward, and maybe Pinkham got the worst of that deal.
No question about it. As you can see, the damage to the rookie driver's car. It's a driver out of Waterford, Connecticut, or excuse me, Quaker Hill, Connecticut, and a tough break for him. T.H.E benefiting somewhat from the fisticuffs behind him. You can see that the restaurant with locations in Brantford, off of I-95, and of course, right off of 91 in Hartford, the Brainerd Road exit.
So we're ready to fire him up again, and T.H.E is like a Cape Canaveral type restart as he looks like the space shuttle into the lead.
And he's rocketing down the back straightaway in front of the field. However, the number 37 of Joe Godbout III making this nice charge on the outside. He's battling it out with fellow Ocean Stater Ron Fortune.
Chuck Rogers on the outside trying to squeeze his way into 4th ahead of Nick Papakota, the driver from Brantford, Connecticut. And Richard Brooks is off to a hot start. He is on the bottom. Pretty good battle shaping up between Richard Brooks and Jeff Miller.
T.H.E still holding his own. He's out there in the door-handle race with last week's winner, the 39. And that's, of course, Glenn Colvin. Colvin working the outside groove. So as we heard from Eddie Reed before, once the sun goes down, that outside would come in. It certainly seems to be the case for the mini stock.
Let's see if Godbout can make Eddie Reed Jr. a profit, as it looks like he has a very fast race car, number 37. He can't bobble because Chuck Rogers is right behind him. T.H.E trying to nose his way underneath Glenn Colvin. Keep an eye on guys like the 20 of Smoky Joe Babalaka and the 47 of Timmy Jordan.
Tim Jordan always brings a fast car to the Waterford Speedbowl. That's why he is indeed in the points lead. Very talented young driver out of Plainfield, Connecticut. Break us on the front as we see the 61 light spun around out there. And looks like
He might be able to stay under green.
we are going to stay under green as he limps across Green Acres towards the asphalt. And it looks like he'll be able to rejoin the race.
Vardy's happy about that. He is almost in his own solar system at the front of the field. A sizable lead over Ron Fortune.
Bob Lacco slowing down out there out of turn number 2, making the decision whether to stay on the track or limp into the pits. Finally gets the car in gear and gets it going once again. Nick Papakota also down there underneath the white line. Looks like we're going Baja here this evening.
Boy, Cincinnati was probably telling him, don't stop, don't stop. Richard Brooks has done a great job as he catapults his way into second. Richard Brooks looks like he has the fastest car. Does he have enough time, just about 7 laps left, to track down Cincinnati?
Rich Brooks trying to track him down. Right behind them, Ron Fortune and Nate Appel. Remember a few laps ago, Nate Appel had the number 10 across his front bumper. Doesn't seem to be ill affecting the car of Nate Appel at all as he continues his charge to the front. Soup Savardi coming up on some slower automobiles. This is going to slow him down. Richard Brooks with a full head of steam that's going to close the gap, man.
Well, that lead is shrinking like a cheap hamburger as Savardi's one sizable lead is dwindled down to a couple of car lengths. Ron Fortune holding off Nate Appel. Here comes Dave Sylvia to the outside, but the battle is most heated at the front. Savardi has led every step of the way, but here comes Richard Brooks.
Soup Savardi with his hands full out there. We're going to have Smokin' Joe Babalacco to deal with here in just a few seconds for these drivers. And Smokin' Joe at the back of the field. Soup Savardi coming up on him. Richard Brooks will take the lead, this time by on the outside groove. So the outside groove has come in. Nate Appel now has his hands full. Unfortunate Dave Sylvia.
Appel cannot keep Sylvia away from the outside groove. And here comes Sylvia as he blockbusters his way into the number 3 position. Brooks is leading. We'll see if the lap car of Joe Babalacco will come into play.
As you can see, Richard Brooks making his way around Smokin' Joe Babalacco. Soup Savardi in hot pursuit in the number 93. And then the second group of automobiles led by Dave Sylvia, Nate Appel, and Ron Fortune. Joe got about the third, having a great run out there in number 37. Keep in mind, he was indeed a rookie driver of the Waterford Speedbowl during the 2004 season. Has been holding his own throughout the season and with a great run. But Richard Brooks demand the beat right now. As you can see, the white flag flying out there for Richard Brooks. Richard Brooks in the lead, coming down to the stripe, taking the checkered flag, followed by Soup Savardi, Dave Sylvia, Nate Appel with a tremendous run out there after being involved in that incident. And Matt Buckler is going to be down there. He's going to be trackside.
Run here today. Soup Savardi had a big lead, but this man refused to give up. Our winner of the mini stock feature, Richard Brooks. Well, Richard, the 93 got off to a big lead, but what enabled you to catch him and ultimately pass him and win your first win in 2004?
Yeah, Soup had a great run going for him. I got to thank my crew. Countless hours putting this thing back together. The sponsors, the fans sticking with us. We're having a little tough time this season, but we're staying consistent. We'll hope to be here a few more times this season, though, that's for sure.
Now, what did you do to the car tonight to really get that consistency? Because it looked like you were in 5th place. You catapulted into 2nd, and then just took off after the leader.
Yeah, I got to thank Soup Savardi. He had a heck of a run. He's a real good friend. We've been helping each other out all season long. And the crew, I mean, they just got this car. This thing was torn apart in pieces a couple weeks ago. And they bolted it back together at T.H.E.'s Custom Auto. And you know what? I think it's faster now than it ever was.
Well, we have a little added bonus on behalf of our friends at USS Chowder Pot. This gift
certificate is good for a 5-pound lobster dinner. So the taste of victory was never better.
Yeah, I'm a lobster man myself. I've been to USS Chowder Pot a few times, and they definitely have some delicious food. Whoever hasn't been down there should go take a ride. It's definitely worth it.
Okay, that's a word from Rich Brooks. Happy to win a lobster, but even happier to win our 20-lap mini stock feature tonight, Richard Brooks.